George Soros and his involvement with regime change, whether you look at glasnost or perestroika and what subsequently happened to Soviet Union, or you look at Tiananmen Square, China you can understand, but India, the mother of democracies, this is where the interference sounds absolutely bizarre. But this billionaire philanthropist George Soros has taken a shot at the world's #1 democracy, at the world's oldest democracy. He's ranted about how the Adani controversy will weaken Prime Minister Narendra Modi and lead to what he terms is democratic revival in India. The Congress, of course, has distanced itself from George Soros, given the kind of criticism that's coming George Soros's way. But images have emerged of key aides of George Soros walking along with senior Congress leader and member of parliament from Wayanad, Rahul Gandhi, during the Bharat Jodo Yatra. Team Modi is now front-footing a mega counter-attack.
I may be naive, but I expect a democratic revival in India.
The American investor believes that the Adani controversy will spark what he calls a democratic revival in India. Billionaire George Soros has sparked a furious debate after he spoke out on the Adani Hindenburg research papers at the Munich Security Conference and went on a complete anti-Modi tirade. He didn't stop with just democratic revival. Soros even said that Modi was losing his stranglehold now over the government.
Modi and business tycoon Adani are close allies. Their fate is intertwined. Adani Enterprises tried to raise funds in the stock market but failed. Adani is accused of stock manipulation and his stock collapsed like a house of cards. Modi is silent on the subject, but he will have to answer questions from foreign investors and in Parliament. This will significantly weaken Modi's stranglehold on India's federal government and open the door to push for much-needed institutional reforms. I may be naive, but I expect a democratic revival in India.
The BJP has now latched onto these comments by the tycoon philanthropist to reignite their conspiracy charge.
That he has pronounced funding of over $1 billion, particularly to target leaders like Prime Minister Modi, is significant. We as a nation state are together with Prime Minister Modi laying the foundation for the future of our country that will not only inherit our dreams, but a resilient and stronger economy.
So did the opposition choose to side with Soros and his democratic revival comment? Interestingly, the Congress, which is leading the attack on the Adani storm, distanced itself from Soros's comments, only to be embarrassed by these images of Soros's NGO, Open Society Foundation's India Vice President, Salil Shetty, walking with Rahul Gandhi during his Bharat Jodo Yatra in October last year.
Why should we get into BJP's toolkit? What some Soros says somewhere, then Smriti responds. This is a jugalbandi we have nothing to do with. We don't want to get into this. Our demand is simple, and the country, the LIC policyholders demand answers. We demand a JPC.
George Soros is facing fire from all quarters, but it's not the first time that the billionaire has made these kinds of comments against Prime Minister Modi. Here's what he said about the abrogation of Article 370 in January 2020.
The biggest and most frightening setback occurred in India, where the democratically elected Narendra Modi created a Hindu nationalist state, imposing punitive measures on Kashmir, a semi-autonomous and threatening to deprive millions of Muslims of their citizenship.
Soros's comment on the Hindenburg Research report has put the focus again on how the Adani Group, in their defense just weeks ago, called the allegations an attack on India.
68 of these so-called 88 questions are like this: bogus, misrepresentation and outright lies. Either they have not done any research, they've just cut, copy, paste and did a hit job, which what we believe it is, a malicious hit job on the FPO. Or, which is even worse, they actually did the so-called research, they knew this because it's the same accounting note, and they're deliberately misleading the public.
Soros may be a man with an agenda. His credentials as a philanthropist are undisputed, but so is his bias against Narendra Modi and his political activism. Bureau Report, India Today.
A democratic revival in India.